and welcome to the sixth 6 weeks preview for English 2. Our first bundle is looking at the fiction and drama through the lens of drama. While it's important to read those dramas and maybe even look at some of those character critiques because it's easier to find your text evidence when it's split out into stage directions and into dialogue, students can just go and find those pieces without having to read whole blocks of text. It's also important for students to see some drama. So this is a good chance to bring in some videos. Now, you may not want to have time or want to watch a whole movie, but it's a great time to piece together little clips and little pieces. Perhaps you want to have the Julius Caesar Friends Romans Countrymen piece, and you want to do a performance that's in black and white from ages ago, and another performance that's from a little while ago, but not quite that long. You want to compare the actors and how they do it. This would be a good chance for the students to write in response to what they see and compare in written form. You don't necessarily have to grade that. It just helps them process. And then they can talk about isolated scenes and their effect on the whole play, or they can look at the archetypes through this. You can create all kinds of clips. You can pull this all together and give them an opportunity to think about it, write about it, share about it, talk about it, and see how it all works together. The next two bundles from this 6 weeks are centered around research and all that entails. They will need to develop their own research question. They will need to develop a research plan. They will need to do the research. They're, of course, probably already familiar at this point with creating works cited pages using things like EasyBib.com or others. But those are some of the main tasks you'll be looking at. Here's a bulleted list of some of those key points of the research. Of course, they're developing their own question, but they're going to need some help with that. You may have to help them narrow their question. You may even need to say something like, kids, it needs to be something we've talked about in class this year. Maybe an expository piece of writing that really interested them. Like in my class, probably would have been the wheelchair rugby article. Is there enough information out there about wheelchair rugby for them to do a whole research project on it? Those are the kinds of things they'll need to consider. And are those sources valid? So be sure that you have a plan for that. And to help you with the plan, our next slide is going to show us some resources. As promised, here are the resources. There is a topic proposal packet right there in the resources. It's multiple pages, Word document. You can just print it out and copy it. It asks them to put down their 5 top questions and then to consider, is there enough out there on it? And will anybody really care if I write about this or present about this? It has a research plan, step-by-step with due dates. There is a research project, presentation guidelines, and rubric if you decide that you would really rather have them do a PowerPoint or a slideshow of some kind. And then there is a research source evaluation sheet. All these things are created for you. You can download them. You can modify them. They're Word documents. Or, of course, if you have your own system, that is completely fine as well. We just want to offer some things out there if you hadn't thought about it. And that's it. Once you covered research and you've done some drama, 6 weeks should be wrapping up. You got a little time for review and a final, and then hello, summertime. I want you to know that we all appreciate what you're doing for your kids this year, all that you have done. We hope that you have a wonderful summer and you get some time off to do some things that you deserve to do, and that you come back recharged. And just thank you again for all that you've done for the kids of Arlington ISD.